So, got a little bit of work to do in the front of the house since we haven't really got this going yet. So it's time to do that now. It's another nice day. Oh, look at this. See down here in this corner? That means there's chipmunks going underneath there. So that's an issue. But spring is doing really well over here. Look at that. But a little more cleanup to do. It's a windy day, and I'm doing a little cleanup out in the front. My hair looks great. See, all this stuff's got to go over here, because there's new growth coming in, and yeah, there's more over here too. That it's just kind of it's messy right now, very messy, kind of like my hair. All right, let's do a little bit of that. All right, done. Ready for new spring growth. All right, so that looks a little bit better. One thing I want to point out here, so birds have decided to build a nest on top of this light here. There's nobody here now. Usually we come out here and they yell at us. So I don't know where they went, but... Well, so it looks like this is it. This is where at least one robin has chosen to spend some time outside of our kitchen window on this part of the fence. The problem is that this bird is having some psychological problems. So she is flying into the window. I'm not quite sure what she thinks she's seeing there, but then she goes over to find some things for the nest. Now, I say she, but it could be a he, but whoever it is, they get a little confused. They got all this stuff in their mouth, their beak, and kind of just wandering around the patio, and as if they don't really know where they're going or how they got there. There's definitely some confusion with this bird. I'm telling you, there's something that is going wrong here because she's just wandering. Then turns back up on top of the fence. Of course, then we find out that there is one nest over this particular light. And then over here, man, this is some weird, messy looking nest. Who's going to stay in there? It's all straggly. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. So here we have some of the tulips that I planted, the bulbs I planted last year. I don't know, this guy down here, I'm not quite sure why he has fallen over. It could be that chipmunk. Last week I cleared this area out for the most part. And look at this, man. These forget-me-nots. Look at these guys. All in a week. So, this area's got a lot of really beautiful little purple flowers. This is part of ground cover. And they're really kind of taken over. But, eventually this is going to be all kinds of things. You got your black-eyed Susans, and we'll have some primrose. But right now it's just kind of a pretty sea of spring purple. So last week when I removed all those rocks and I created this border over here, I did it mostly because I wanted the ground cover to start taking over. Well, it's starting to do that. It's a pretty ground cover there. This one over here, it's got these great purple flowers. The rest of this is kind of messy, and considering different possibilities as to what to do with it besides ground cover. Maybe that Japanese maple idea. And this is always one of my favorites in the spring. Forget-me-nots. I love the blue flowers. So these are Frank's tomato plants.
And sunflower seeds.
This is for that great sunflower we had last year. You can see he's got several different types of tomatoes. They say Matt because those came from our neighbor Matt. But yeah, so we'll see. Soon those will be going in the ground. I'm going to head out today over to one of my favorite garden stores around here, which is the Growing Place, which I've been to before on these Palangeau Park videos. Today's kind of an idea day. Trying to get like further ideas from what they have there for things for the Zen garden and the area in front of the Zen garden. I've gotten, some good suggestions from people, and anyway, I want to just see kind of, what they have, and see if today, I don't know if I'm going to get anything yet. It's a little bit early because it is the middle of April, and you can't really plant stuff outside in the Chicago area really for at least another 2 weeks. Usually they say like Mother's Day, which is like the second Sunday in May. But I don't necessarily want to plant anything yet. There's some things I maybe want to get in, potted plants and such that I could always bring in. But anyway, I just want to get some ideas. So that's where I'm going now. All right, here we are over at the Growing Place. Let's see what they got growing. See, I like some of these ideas for the Palangeau Park, like in the back. Some pretty flowers back here. Some interesting fixtures. Maybe for the front, a trellis. I like these pots too. I like this area over here. They've got a lot of interesting things. Like, look at these rocks. I like these rocks. They look like the rocks in the back. $130 for those rocks, though. See, I like some of these for the Zen garden area. I like how they look. I really do. What else do they got going here? So they've got a great little collection of Japanese maples here. That run between about $200 and $500. The possibilities here are kind of endless as far as decorative features. And I do love these Brunera macrophilia, or forget-me-nots. They just look so good. And those purple flowers, they're just so beautiful in the spring. Such interesting decorative stuff out here. I had to get a little deer. this. All right, starting out slow with a few tall grasses and a fern. I'm gonna put these around the Zen garden. For now, these are gonna go out here, just so I get a little bit of green in the Zen garden. Now I can't plant anything in there because of the way these stones are set up, but we need to have some green. So this guy, I think I may put him, maybe put him in the middle. There, that makes a huge difference. And then I think for now, I'm gonna put, or I did put, one of them right here. Basically, I wanna see the contrast. You know, I wanna see the green, you know, with the sidewalk and the fence. And I'm thinking that maybe what I'll do is plant various things in here as the season goes on to give it that extra green interest, and then maybe mulch most of this. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I got so far. So I am out in the beautiful Zen garden, enjoying it. Only a few hours after we got some really bad news. I laugh. So we've had water issues in our basement for quite some time, and finally decided it was time to deal with some of the cracks in our basement floor and walls and all. Had a guy come out today, and well, we've got a little issue with the foundation. We got a little issue with the wall in our basement, and it just happens to be the wall that is, well, directly in front of me right now. I think Wrigley's up to something. Anyway, so the wall that is in front of me, which is kind of along here where, you know, we had all of this wonderful work done. Guess what? They're gonna have to dig all of this up in order to fix the wall. So our entire path that we had done last year, it's gonna have to be dug up by Jonathan again. And these stairs are gonna have to be dug up so that they can go down. And essentially what they have to do is they have to move the wall in the basement. I am not making this up. More on that in the weeks to come.